Hey tubers, listen, the last hurricane, which was supposed to be the big one coming for us, what was it, Florence? I was all prepared, ready to go, nothing, total dud. Well, what's the name of this one? I don't know, but as you can see, we got hammered. I got no power here, and if you listen close outside, you can hear the humming of that old Champion generator. But yeah, who knows how long it'll be before power comes back. All right, well, got no food. Hear that beeping though? That's the smoke detector. That tells me some kind of power is still jerking through the line. All right, well, power's back on. And I feel so much better. What's this hurricane's name? Michael? Whatever it is, I didn't prepare for it. I thought Florence was going to hit us, and this one was just a nothing, and Florence skirted us, and this thing put down trees and power out. And let's see, I got power. It was like 2 days, no power. This generator did a great job for me. I even lent it to a neighbor who ran a freezer and a refrigerator besides his TV and the other bullshit at the same time off of it. Did use the 240 splitter, so that's how you can carry that kind of load, by spreading it out. The only thing that is going on with this generator, I've already run it, so that's why I can change the oil, is that there's just a small bit of weeping around the cylinder head gasket, or I should say valve cover gasket, whatever it is on the other side. So, and I must say, just from being out and about, it's looking a little rough and dusty. I'm going to actually clean it all up today, change the oil, put it away. The only prep I actually do for storage on my generators is nothing. I just run them every month for about an hour. And this oil's maybe got, I don't know, 30 hours on it. Not really a lot, but it's been in the ride, in the machine since, oh God, for over a year. Now, the machine, ooh, lucky boy, the machine in general has got over 1,000 hours on it. Like I said, all I've got is a small bit of weeping around the valve cover gasket on the other side. Something else I just did before I turned on the camera while it was running, I took a meter, I tested the 120, and I tested the 240. This is putting out exactly 120, 241 volts. So I feel real comfortable about that. So anyways, oil's out, and I don't see any shavings or anything like that, but it is looking a little dark. So because these things have no filter, it does not hurt at all to change the oil more often than not. And I like to put my generator away, ready to go. Now, this isn't exactly level here, so I think I've got to find a different spot or prop up the back of it before I decide to add oil. No, that's just way too high. Way too high. Maybe a pine cone's worth. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. That pretty much eyeballs level front to back, side to side. Okay. And these nice little generators, they come with this little funnel so that you can pour in the oil. But again, this thing just really ran strong, no problems. I keep oil changed, and all I've done to it is just keep the gas fresh. You know, I might siphon out a little if it's been sitting a month and haven't used it, and just keep everything in the gas fresh. No stabilizer, run it every month. Sometimes I fill it up and only run it for, 30 minutes, and then the next time I use it, I might run it for 5 minutes and siphon all the gas out to empty the tank. So I guess I am rotating my gas in and out. Now, how do you know when this bad boy is full? That's the question. There's the dipstick, but that's not as reliable as, according to the manual. When you look inside the threads, there's a little final lip. When the oil touches that lip, that's a bingo. That's why I kind of try extra hard to put this thing on the level. Nope. And I just wasted some good oil. Oh well. Now this funnel's a little slow, and you got to be careful not to overfill it. Because overfilling, in my opinion, is just as bad as running it with no oil, low oil. This machine does have, I think I've made it. Alright, I'm not going to try to show you in there, but the oil is just barely touching the threads. So, it's now full of oil. The only thing this really needs next, and I guess I will show you everything here. Where's the cap? Okay. And this is just from the last couple uses, because I put it away clean. There's no metal, there's no crud. This is a very nice oil change. I'm happy with that. I'll put it in the recycle bucket. Okay, so you want to see though the grime that's built up on this camera, on this generator. And see, what needs to be wiped off is all this kind of stuff here. All this dirt. That needs to be all cleaned up. Bottom of the tank looks good. The only problem, like I said, is I guess this is what I'm calling the valve cover. Is there's a slight bit of weeping for this. And I'm guessing it's this rubber gasket. But it's so minor, it doesn't really drip anymore because I gave it a tight. A little tweak, but it still weeps. But everything else appears to be just really nice. And again, over 1,000 hours on this machine. And so far, see all the grime, the dirt. That can just stand to be cleaned off. Put it away so it's looking closer to new. Because this bad boy really does run like new. This was well worth, I think I paid $329 at Tractor Supply for this. And in fact, the guy who borrowed it said he likes it so much that he's going to go buy himself one before the next storm. It's worth having. I didn't think it would be, but I'm sold on having a generator. I had bought this to do the house and get rid of it. But now the truth is I'm sold on having it. It was nice. I powered up the TV, the fridge, internet. You know, if I'd have done a little wiring, I could have got the well running, but I didn't want to bother with it. That is a really good size for a small, medium-sized generator. It's not one of the big dogs, but it'll run the basics and a few extras, and that's what you want. This thing will handle a table saw and, you know, somebody else working on a chop saw at the same time. All right, well, that was the video of me changing oil. I've got to put the oil in the bin and clean this thing up, so I'm going to end this video. But I am definitely sold on this model. It's missing some sticker here. It used to be here across the top. But I am sold on this model, a Champion generator. Would it have been nicer if it had more plugs on the front as far as the 110s or the 120s here? Maybe. But you know, you can put in a three-way strip if you want. But really, when you're running this, you're just running one big item. Like, that's what I ran my floor sander off of. But when I need the floor sander and lights, the halogen light, and a few other big items, you go to the splitter. Voltmeter so far has been accurate. It reads a little high when you're looking at it, but when you actually meter them, they're right on. And again, it's looking a little grimy because it's been having some use. It's been being thrown around, riding in trucks, running outside. And it's still doing the damn job. Now, the number one got killed by the sheetrockers. You know, they friggin' fried that boy out. But this one here, I've explained to people what fucking works. They think it's the power company. Once they understand it's a generator, use it within its limits, it's great. Okay, that's the video. Bye. All right, I just thought you would like a picture of it. It's all cleaned up. See, look how nice it looks. There's no rust, no dirt. And like I said, the only thing I've done to this thing is change the oil at the more than regular. Here's again where it's weeping just a little bit around here. But again, I'm going to live with it. Carburetor, all that stuff is all original, untouched. But again, here, same thing. It's nice and clean underneath. No dirt, no crud, no rust. I see a little bit right there. See, if you keep it all wiped down, I see a little spot I missed. You're in good shape. And then the last thing I do, since I've changed the oil and I've been wiping down, I even wipe down wires and things. I always want to make sure that I didn't loosen something and put away a dud. So we flip the switch, turn the lever, set the choke. But I let it suck out on the bowl a little bit. So I turned off the gas, run for a minute. I can start to hear it misfiring right now. And that's good enough. Okay. Listen, it may be a Honda clone, but I'm all up for the Bumblebee. Champion's doing a good job on this one. Like I said, Original spark plug, original everything. All I've done is change the oil and put gas in it. 1,000 hours. It just did another 30. And yeah, things looking good for 1,000 hours. Okay, the last part of this video is me saying that if you want to keep your generator looking this nice after you've done all the cleaning and everything, you have got to store it in a dry, clean, safe spot. In my case, I'm using a trailer. You don't want to store it in some wet basement. You don't want to leave it outside of the house. So store it properly and it'll last you a long time.